Hey, hey, if anyone's joining in, just sharing this to a couple places and gonna get going. Gonna try out the new console mod, Limes 400L. Hey, Mr. LED, thanks for joining in the stream. Yeah, it's pretty OP indeed. I took it around last night for like a half hour, and you really don't even have to upgrade it. It is just an absolute beast from the start. I mean, it is just so overpowered, but in a fun way. Alright. Yeah, so I got a few mods activated. The file size on the Limes 400L wasn't too bad. It was a smaller file size, which was nice. But it still does use quite a bit of RAM. But I was able to activate the IR FD-69 at TTC with it. I got the IR CT300 pickup. I got that big old new mod, that big ass Azov Bear, the 8-wheeled articulating in the front, absolute monster. If you see that in the back, it can have a surface attachment and a fuel tank on it, which is insane. But I also got the two small GGMS electric conversion packs on it. Hey Todd, Casey, Kenny, thanks for joining in the stream, my dude. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, let's get going here. Let's drive around this beautiful new Ford pickup. I'm not completely sold on the looks of it. I like the more like real-world looking vehicles where, I don't know, like the Ford, the CT300 pickup looks a little bit more beat-in, weathered, just has some character to it. My only real disappointment and gripe with this Limes L400 is that it looks kind of like a plastic toy in a way. It looks a little bit too clean, but there's nothing really wrong with that. It's just a personal opinion of mine. And it's obviously an intentional creation by the mod creator, and it's no hate in any way, shape, or form. It's just, it looks a little bit, I don't know, odd to me in the game. I'm just too used to vehicles having a little bit of beat, worn look to them. I think it's almost a lack of textures, but that might have been something the creator had to do to make this mod possible to be on consoles. Who knows? I'm not hating on it in any way, just an observation. Yeah, 47 megabytes is pretty small to compare to the Big Moose, which is very true, and that's probably, like I'm saying, comes down to some of the texturing and modeling, because the Big Moose is a highly detailed mod, so it does probably eat up a lot more space because of that. But at the same time, even though this Limes 400L is a smaller mod as far as file size, it does still use a lot of RAM. But we'll hopefully get, supposedly in Phase 4, a RAM meter in the console mod browser, so we'll actually be able to see how much RAM each mod is using to at least give people a better idea of how much space they have available and so on and so forth. But yeah, I'm gonna take Lime's L400 around TnB trails here, see some chaos. This one that I'm currently sitting in is fully lifted with the flex suspension and has the max engine and the max gearbox and everything, so it is an absolute insane beast. It's so fast. Yeah, let's take this this truck out for a spin. Even just automatic, it is just so damn fast compared to anything else in the game. But at least at the same time, it seems to have the grip compared to a lot of other vehicles that are fast. And the brakes do work, like it'll come to a complete stop. But of course, with anything that is exceptionally OP and really fast in this game, you gotta be careful, because the game really isn't built for speed. Like, if any of you are seasoned SnowRunner vets, you know the game is a slow sludge and crawl through deep mud and everything, so anything that goes fast just feels so foreign in the game. But it is a welcome change. And this thing is just absurdly fast. It's just so silly. Woo! Get a little out of control. Whoa. Just too fast for its own good. But it's kind of like riding a bull, trying to just keep it in control. It's so stupidly fast. It's hilarious. What other vehicle do you ever see go through water that quick? This is the definition of OP. But in the most fun way. The suspension's nice and soft. I think I have the flex suspension on this one. Once you get in the sand dunes area, though, it's just trying to keep it on all fours, you know? Oh, no. Oh, don't roll over. Find a way back onto your wheels. Shit. Oh, I did get a winch. But it's gonna pull me onto my ass. There we go. God bless the extended quick winch. And the all the damage points on this thing are really high. Like, I am absolutely beating the shit out of it right now, but it's barely taken any suspension damage. Like, the points are up 64,000 for the suspension, gearbox, and engine. The fuel tank only has 500, but everything else has just absurd ratings for their damage ratings. It's insane. So you can just really beat this thing up and have no worries. And it's a great crawler too, just being so powerful and everything. Whoa. Nailed it. I keep finding myself coming back to these sand dunes over here on TnB trails. It's just so much fun to launch vehicles. Kind of like what I was saying earlier in the stream about how the game is such a slow crawl. It's just kind of a nice change in pace to have something that's fast and actually do some jumps and stuff in the game. And this thing having, like I just said, so many suspension and everything, the repair points being so high, it allows you to actually throw it around and not have it break after doing just like 1 or 2 jumps. Oh. I believe I was talking with Pixel Monkey, the creator of this map, the other day, and he's working on another map currently, and it's like a giant like sand desert, like wasteland type map. So it'll be interesting to see what that is when he comes out with it. The only bummer for me in the sand dune area with this truck is doing the giant roll-in from the hill climb. Something with how soft the suspension is, it like digs into the ground when you get to the very end of the roll-in and are about to launch off the sand dune. And it just digs into the ground and you're not able to do the full launch because of how fast you're going. But this thing goes in automatic, it even shifts up into 9th gear, going up the fucking hill climb here. Like, just more proof of how overpowered this truck is. But again, it's just all about having fun. Uses almost no fuel, like it only burns 0.5 liters at all times, basically, even when you're at full throttle. But even if I do the neutral drop into the hill climb here, it's still just fucking... The suspension will just bottom out and then it digs into the ground. See, I'll put it in neutral and just roll in. And then it's going to dig into the ground right at the bottom here. See? Right there, every time. It's so disappointing. I haven't tried putting a different type of suspension on it yet. Maybe like the toe suspension that's a little stiffer, and maybe it won't drop into the ground like that. Might try that here in a minute just for shits and giggles. But even this side, the steeper side of the hill climb here, it goes right up it in automatic. Even shifting up in the fifth. Fucking unreal. This thing is so overpowered, but in the most fun way. And even if I don't do the neutral drop and just hold the gas and drive down it normally, I believe it still digs into the ground down here. See? And it just, the suspension's too soft, so it just digs into the ground, but oh well. Let's go somewhere else. Sand dunes have been fun, but let's do something else. The soft suspension is nice though. It makes it so you, like I was saying, you can actually take those big crazy jumps and everything. can't even see half the time you're driving because it's so fucking smoked out. Man, I've never been through these trails going this fast before. This is so crazy. I knew that was not gonna happen. Like, I just kept the gas pointed. Hoping for the best. Ah, shit. Came up over that hill crest and just held down the gas, just hoping for the best, but this is what happens on TnB trails when you do something like that. I was completely blinded by the sun coming up over that. Oh, man. But that's why I set up multiple vehicles. I made this one. This is like the full-on monster truck setup of this 400 or L400. This has the fast gearbox and everything set up too. Oh no, I don't have the fast gearbox. I only have the 5-speed on it. Ugh. But the large tires and huge suspension just make it kind of silly. I mean, it's fun, but it's kind of silly. Aha, alright. I wasn't sure how deep this water was, but it seemed like this truck might be able to do it. I was wrong. Yeah, that water's deep as shit right there. Holy cow. Just had to give it a bath. But it's nice, you put it in low gear and it just turns into a nice super crawler. You don't have to deal with the super OP in the automatic gearbox. But then you throw it in automatic and it just unleashes an absolute unreal amount of power and torque. That looks cool with how all the wet textures on it. Whoa! Pushed it too hard into that corner. Gravity was not my friend. Hey, Tenant, thanks for joining in the stream. I'm playing on PlayStation 4 currently. I play on Xbox and PlayStation 4. I have the game on both accounts. I don't have it on PC, unfortunately. I wish I did so I could enjoy all the possible mods that are out there, but I do only have it on PlayStation 4 and Xbox. In the description of my page and my bio, I have listed my Xbox and PlayStation gamer tags if you ever want to join me. Hey there, Regular Person 7. Thanks for joining the stream. What mods do I typically keep on? He's having trouble settling on which trucks to keep. He wants the Barbos and a few other good scouts. The Barbos is an awesome one. That's a beast of a scout, that new Azov. Generally, for the most part, I almost always have this scout, the FD-69 TTC. It is an absolutely beautiful scout and actually does not use very much RAM at all. I think it's like 300 or 400 megabytes to download. But honestly, in my opinion, this mod from the creator Invalid Redneck is probably the best scout in the game, hands down, in my opinion. It's at least my favorite. It doesn't have too many customization options, kind of what you see is what you get. But you can add, like I'll go in the garage here real quick and I'll buy one. But yeah, the FD-69, it's only $25,000 of in-game currency. And you don't get too many engine like there's no engine option, no gearbox option, no suspension option. All you can pick is really tires. I really like these TSL SX Megas. I really like the tread on those tires. They're all free. You get to pick the autonomous winch. And it has a couple, like antenna, a canopy, put the net on it. The two add-ons you do want are like the toolbox and the rear winch. The rear winch gives you 500 repair points. The toolbox gives you 1,000 fuel and repair, so it'll keep the fun rolling. Put a windshield on it if you want. There's no color options, can't change the color on the rims. So it's a little bit limited in that factor, but other than that, this is the best scout to pair with any set of mods. Unfortunately for us on consoles, we do deal with the mod restrictions with the RAM limit. And given those restrictions, this Scout mod is one of the best ones to pair with any different set of mods that you want to use. So whenever I'm doing any different setup of any bunch of mods, this one is absolutely in the mix. It is just one of the best Scouts out there. It is so good. It's so just well balanced, where yes, it is considered to be slightly OP compared to the stock game trucks, but it's not super OP where it isn't like crazy fast and like insane, but it is just basically the best crawler out there. It is just so much fun to take out and just cruise around in. And you would think a beautiful mod like this that seems highly detailed and highly customized and everything, it would be a high RAM usage mod, but it really isn't. It's in that middle to low RAM usage category, in my opinion, compared to what I was just driving, like the Lime's 400L, you know, the TnB Striker, the Big Moose 3500, the Warrior, you know, the IX Heavy Wrecker, and all mods like that are unfortunately the mods that use the most amount of RAM. So those mods we have to be, you know, a little bit more pick and choose what you want to be using in the moment type mods. But this FD-69 TTC is one of the mods that you're able to pair with almost anything else, and it really does not use a lot of RAM. And personally myself, I also like to use the Last Raider from Zidon. It's a beautiful little old school Land Rover Scout, and that mod does not use much RAM at all, so I almost always have, you know, a high RAM usage mod like the Limes 400L that I'm using today, or any other, you know, really highly detailed mod. But I almost always have the FD-69, the Last Raider, and I like to use also the GGMS hybrid conversion packs, because those are tweaks of base game vehicles, but you get one from each class. So each mod pack has 5 mod trucks on it, and they're electric hybrid conversions of the base game vehicles, so they're a little bit weird where they're silent almost. They just make a weird humming noise instead of an engine noise. But other than that, the performance is unreal. Like, they have absurd torque and great power, and they're super fast. But they're great variants of base game vehicles. And Pack 1 is 5 Russian vehicles, 1 from each class of vehicle. And then Pack 2 is American vehicles from the base game and whatnot. And where the hell should I go? Let's go this way. But yeah, the hybrid electric packs, if you just activate the 2 of those, they don't use much RAM at all. They're just tweaks of the base game vehicles, but you get 10 trucks just between those 2 packs. So between those 4 mods, like the 2 hybrid electric packs, the FD-69 that I'm driving currently, and the Last Raider, allows you to have a bunch of different options and then still activate some of the higher RAM usage mods like the Big Moose or like the Limes 400L that I was driving earlier, or anything crazy like that. Looking forward to the next patch update that comes out, because supposedly we will be getting, you know, hopefully another lift on the RAM limit to allow us to activate more mods simultaneously, along with other changes in the future, hopefully. The RAM limit is definitely frustrating for a lot of us. There are some lucky players that are able to activate a lot of the high RAM usage mods together, when almost the vast majority, I would say, of console players are all limited in what they can activate simultaneously, unfortunately. So if you are one of those players that is able to activate mods like the Big Moose and IX Wrecker and like the Deltas and all those other mods at the same time, consider yourself very lucky. I play the game on Xbox and PlayStation 4, and I have an identical experience on both platforms where I can only activate very few mods at the same time. I unfortunately am not one of the lucky folks that's able to activate a bunch of mods simultaneously. But at the same time, I still can do quite a few. If you saw the image I shared on Facebook with the link to the stream, like, I do have plenty of mods activated right now, but I obviously, like everyone else, would activate a bunch more if I could. But hey, it is what it is. The developers have been very clear about how the console mod experience will evolve over multiple patches, and eventually we will get like an expansion to the storage that we have, so we'll get more than 4,000 megabytes, so we'll be able to actually download a lot more mods at the same time, and then be able to activate a lot more of them in the future. If anyone played the game back when console mods were released, we were able to activate as many as we wanted at the same time. Just the game would crash, you know, with certain mods activated, or if you had too many on the map at once, and so on. So that's why the developers had to put in the restrictions to allow the game to be stable and give people a clear message to let them know what is actually happening. Even though as frustrating as it is having the restrictions in place, they are there for us for a good reason. Just, you know, we gotta deal with it. Hey there, Bobby Wasabi. Thanks for joining in the stream. I'm excited for Phase 4 too, man. I know a lot of folks are not necessarily excited for another snowy Russian region, but I am really excited to get out on those maps. It was nice having Phase 2 be a mix of mud and snow, and then Phase 3 be back to more of a traditional experience that we're used to without snow. But I'm honestly excited to get back into some deep snow and crazy ice crossing situations and shit. I'm really excited for Phase 4. Come on. This deep mud through this trail is unreal. It slows down any vehicle you bring through here. Like, I brought the big moose up through here and it even struggled. Like, Pixel Monkey made this trail really something challenging for almost all vehicles, even the OP ones. Hey, Christian Sadric Vlogs, thanks for joining in the stream. He did the mud truck build on the L400. Been mudding on my favorite mud park map. Oh yeah, the West GA map. Yep. That's a fun one. Yeah, it's really nice to have something that is actually fun like that. And super overpowered in that fun type of way. Because we've gotten a lot of lifted trucks that'll, you know, just do crazy things that we're not quite used to, but they haven't really handled it the same way that the new Lime's 400L does. Like, it is like a true almost monster truck, or like you say, like a true monster mud truck compared to a lot of other trucks that have been released so far. It's just so cool to have so many options now. Oh, anytime, regular person. I try to help out with stuff like that anytime I can. If you guys are in the Facebook groups, you know me, I try and be as informative as possible with those posts and everything on Facebook and in the Facebook groups, and trying to do more on the streams and stuff, but I just don't have the time to do like in-depth videos explaining things, and I don't have the editing skills and stuff that some of these crazy YouTube channels have. But yeah, try to provide any type of answers and insight that I can. So feel free to ask any questions if you ever are in my streams. I'll try and help out. With the whole console mod limit and RAM limit and what mods to use and everything, it really just comes down to testing and experimenting on your own to see like what mods you can activate and what mods you can use at a certain time. And as cliche and silly and sarcastic as it might sound, you just follow the on-screen instructions. Like, when the RAM limit pops up, it's just letting you know you're not going to be able to do it, and there's really not going to be any way you can get around it. When that RAM limit message pops up and it's telling you to try deactivating some other mods and activate other mods, that's just literally what you have to do. You just deactivate some mods and then try to activate a different set of mods. There are a couple tricks as far as trying to delete the game and reinstall it. Can sometimes free up a little bit of space, but not really. The only thing that's going to be doing is unsubscribing you to mods that you might be subscribed to that are unavailable due to the fact that they're being updated. But other than that, like, there's really nothing that anyone can do to increase the amount of RAM that's available on consoles, and there's nothing you can do to increase the amount of storage capacity for console mods, because it is, both of those features are completely built into the game. So unfortunately, it comes down to the developers basically throttling the experience and putting a limit and restriction on what you can use at a certain time so that it stabilizes the game. And then we just have to just follow, like I said, those on-screen instructions when they pop up, and just when you can't activate certain mods together, that's just unfortunately the way it is. Like, some mods I can't even activate. Like if I turn on the new LG or L63 or M63, that new Mercedes mod, like, it is a really high RAM usage mod. I can't even activate like the D&D Taco with it. Like, those two mods, just for whatever reason, I cannot activate simultaneously, which is frustrating, but you know, it just is what it is, unfortunately. You can use all the mods, it's just you can't use some mods together, which is definitely frustrating, but hey, it is what it is. I'm looking forward to the day when more patches come out, and then it, like I said, increases that RAM limit so that we won't be as limited as we are, and we'll get more freedom to use more mods at the same time. But it'll be interesting to see how the developers handle that when they push out those kind of mods to just allow us to use, or more updates to allow us to use more mods. I can't wait for that, honestly. Because I got quite a few activated in this session right now, but again, I had to pick and choose what I wanted to use. Hey, Ghetto Pirate, what's up, my man? Thanks for joining in the stream. Hope you're doing well. Hope everyone's having a good Saturday. Just hanging out here, playing the game for a little while. Gonna get up here a little while later and go to a brewery down the road and have some good beer and hang out on this beautiful Saturday. They got an awesome pizza food truck that's gonna be there this week. So we'll go have a couple beers and enjoy some nice craft pizza from the food truck. Just hang out. I don't know why I went this way. Let's jump back into the 400L. That thing was fun. Got this one set up with the medium suspension on it, not fully lifted. But yeah, that the Azov Bear is just insane. You can put a 4-slot bed on it, or you can have, like I said, the service parts and a fuel and pull a trailer behind it all at the same time. It's just insane. But like I was saying earlier, regular person, the electric hybrid packs, you get this Scout 4-wheel steer International Scout in pack 2, and then you get, like you see behind me, the YAR 87 hybrid with pack 1. So pack 1 is Russian vehicles, and pack 2 from the hybrid pack are American vehicles. But this thing is just so damn fast, it is insane. It's kind of silly how fast it is. But like I said, it's in a fun way. And you can see the attachments in the back where the frame is popping through the bed. It can do a low or a high saddle. So it can pull full-size trailers, which is insane for such a small vehicle. But at the same time, I mean, it's a big truck. But the fact that it can have low saddle attachment allows it to be compatible with the IR gooseneck trailer pack, which is really awesome. So you can use the IR gooseneck trailers with this Lime's L400 if you like. Yeah, you can have, I mean, granted I still have the massive mud bogger tires on this well, I think I have the medium lift kit on it, but then you can see the exaggerated monster truck flex suspension that they got as an option too. Look at this thing, is just friggin' silly how big it is. Whoa, whoa. Oh, the wall saved me that time from rolling over. Jesus. Yeah, these massive tires and massive lift kit definitely make it prone to roll over. Oh shit, that's not gonna end good. You gotta go full send though. Why would you not go full send in a situation like that? That's why we got the autonomous winch. Oh man, that's just silly but fun, man. It's the only way I can really describe it. Let's see how the regular setup does around there. Woo-wee. Oh shit. Again, it's just so weird to actually have a vehicle that's fast and gets air, but at the same time has a suspension that can actually handle it and make it a smooth and fun experience. Oh shit, oh, I ruined it right at the finish line. Quote unquote finish line. Shit. Oh, came in too fast. I'm gonna say, this is a bad idea to take this thing through this trail. This trail has so many crazy angles, it's gonna just roll over in like 2 seconds. Called it. Yeah, the visual damage is a little bit lackluster. Spin a Spina Bifida Warrior? Sorry, I was trying to read that while driving. But yeah, the damage modeling is a little bit lackluster in this game. I can agree with that. I just look forward, now that this game is out and it's actually been popular, and now we have console mods on it, so it's going to make it even more popular. Like, my brain just goes towards the future and thinking about future titles in this franchise coming out, and just how much more they're going to be able to expand on what is already such an amazing base of a game. Just thinking about having a game like this built completely from the ground up on the next-gen consoles will just allow them to go so much further and allow them to do the things that everyone wants, like adding in, you know, active weather that actually affects the environment, much more detailed terrain physics where snow actually acts like snow and isn't just a different type of mud and stuff like that. And much more realistic vehicles and much more realistic, like an actual functioning automatic transmission and stuff like that. Or I should say actual functioning manual transmission, I should say. Like, that is probably the one thing that everyone truly wants in this game, to make it more of an actual driving simulator. Because I think it's a misconception for a lot of people that treat this game like it's a simulator as far as a driving simulator, just because it is a driving game. But if you really want to classify this game properly, and this is just my opinion, I would say it's more of a terrain simulator, where it's not necessarily a driving simulator. Like, yes, we're driving vehicles around this map and world, but realistically what this game ultimately is a terrain simulator and not really a driving simulator. Because it does have somewhat realistic physics and driving scenarios and everything like that, but in my opinion, the game is much more of a terrain simulator than it is an actual driving simulator. And I think really just a few things they'd have to add in to truly make it a driving simulator is, like I was just saying, an actual manual gearbox, and actual real physics, and make vehicles actually perform and act the way they would in real world. And they're getting there. It's just they're working with what they got right now. I mean, when you really look at this game and franchise for what it is, a lot of people have been kind of treating it, since it has become more popular, in like the same breath as like games like Call of Duty and GTA and Fallout and stuff like that. And realistically, it just simply is not that. Like, when you look at these games for what they are, they're one step removed from being an indie game. Like, because Spin Tires and MudRunner were realistically indie games, and then are now starting to get a lot more popularity with SnowRunner here. But I mean, you gotta treat it for what it is. Can't really put unrealistic expectations on stuff like this. Hey there, friendly Taha. Thanks for joining in the stream. I hope I said that correctly. Hope you're doing well. Enjoying your Saturday. I'm just hanging out here, testing out this new Limes 400L on TnB Trails mod map. Playing on PlayStation 4 here. I do play on Xbox and PS4. I don't play on PC. But yeah, thanks for joining in the stream. Feel free to drop a like and subscribe if you have not done so already. That helps the stream out, keeps me coming back. But also at the same time, if you don't want to do that, no worries. No harm, no foul. I don't do these streams or anything to try and like build up numbers or try and make any money or anything crazy like that. This is all just for fun. God, this thing gets this mud on real. I've tried to go through this section a few times before with other vehicles, and they do not go through it as quickly as this thing. Like, this Limes 400L is the definition of OP. As far as scouts, for sure. My goodness, this thing is absurd. Yeah, this thing is so overpowered. It is hilarious. It's doing these trails with no effort whatsoever. Like, it's not even trying to think about it, it's just doing everything. And I can completely understand where this is not necessarily something people want to use, where they don't want an overpowered experience and to make a vehicle feel like it's just not even trying to get over over the obstacles and have to work for it and everything like that. But there's also, you know, the group of people that would prefer something like this that makes it just something that you don't have to really try too hard to drive, because this thing, you really just point it and it goes. I haven't had to put it in low or anything. But then you then you get to situations like this. This is one of the coolest little features on TnB trails. You're just crawling around and then you encounter this mess that there's literally no way to get across this other than doing it right. And I'm probably going to mess it up. But this is one of the coolest little features in between the garage and the sand dunes. It's right up just north of the scenic overlook on the road. So you can see the sand dunes are right over here. And then you come right back across, and the garage currently is right over here. And if you drive up the main road this way, and then the scenic overlook is right here. And if you take the trail underneath the bridge and then crawl up over onto this ridge line, you get this insane little obstacle, which most likely I'm going to drive off of and get stuck. But we'll see if I can pull this off. Long wheelbase does not give me any confidence, and the wide wheelbase at the same time doesn't give me any... Oh, shit. It already just threw me off. Oh, fuck. Well, that answers that question. I don't even know what. I turned my wheels and it just lifted the back end and basically threw me off the cliff. That was dumb. I didn't even do anything. Whatever. But yeah, this thing can... If you come over, I'll come over to the trailer store real quick. I don't have anything equipped as far as high or low saddles, so it allows you to go through stuff and it'll automatically put the saddle on it. But I could put this big old trailer on it if I wanted. Or I can literally haul the construction rig semis. Or full-on semi-trailer. Like everything, you can do all of them. All trailers are basically available on this thing. Oh, I got the wrong suspension for this. Well, let's see if it'll do it anyway. It is a super overpowered truck, so even though I don't have the right suspension for it, it should still be able to handle it. It's just gonna be completely squatted the whole fucking time. It does have hauling suspension that won't make it squatted like it is right now, but I didn't switch that over before trying to do this. Yeah, the high gear in this thing is absolutely absurd. This thing is just the definition of overpowered, especially when you bring into the aspect that it has a high and low saddle and can pull anything with no issue whatsoever, even with the wrong suspension on it. Hey there, friendly Taha. Thanks for joining in the stream. Hope you're doing well. Happy Saturday. Hope you're enjoying your weekend. Hope everyone hanging out is enjoying their weekend, or should I say the start to their weekend. I was really excited to try out this new console mod. I played around with it for like a half hour last night, but it was super late. And just got to play with it for a little bit, but it is truly exceeding all expectations right now, where it's just such a monster. Hey Jan, what's up, my dude? Thanks for joining the stream, my man, my admin brother. Figured I'd bring a few scouts over here to the sand dunes and unleash some chaos. Why not, right? I'm gonna, I want to see what the, so yeah, I had the medium lift flex suspension on it, but I'm gonna put, the toe suspension on it and see how that handles. I just want to see the difference. And I just had the stock suspension in that thing. Put the toe suspension on it. And I had the stock engine in it, Jesus. Let's just put the most powerful engine in it for shits and giggles. Oh my god, the the upgraded engine is so much faster. It is almost scary. Oh yeah, that doesn't drop it at all now. But it actually makes it hard to control the fact that the suspension doesn't get dropped now. It lifts that nose up. Alright, now she's squatting. Now, got some weight on the back here, but if anything, the softer suspension was better because it didn't allow these front tires to jump up. I don't know how I'm going to be able to control myself with the way these tires are acting now with all this power. Because the soft suspension, yeah, it squatted the back tires, but it didn't lift the front tires off the ground like this. So this is actually going to be kind of a challenge to get up the road with all this power, because it keeps lifting all the front tires off the road. That, oh, see, I can't even turn to the right because it's not touching. This is just stupid. Oh man. God, so close to the edge. Oh, see, I knew that was gonna happen. So yeah, so if anything, the soft suspension is kind of what you want if you're doing silly crap like this. I can't even steer myself because the wheels just keep coming off the ground. It has too much power. The bear will be able to pull it. This will just get everything there in one swoop. Fuck it. Gives me a reason to drive this thing, I guess. But I kind of expected that from the hauling suspension, but makes sense, I suppose. Yeah, this Azov Bear is just insane. It has a 4-slot frame, so you can do the service parts and a full fuel tank on it if you want, or you can have a 4-slot bed and still pull a trailer. Like, this thing is just insane. Turns like a cruise ship. I wonder if this thing can do the hill climb out in the sand dune. What do you guys think? Can it even make it up the hill with this fucking load? I mean, that's a lot of fucking weight. This thing on the regular game maps would be so much fun just because it is so overpowered for such a vehicle this size. I was really excited to see these mods come out this past week because we had the Azov Bobik for a long time, but knowing that the Barbos and the Bear were out there, it was kind of like, when are we going to get those too? And now we got them. Azov Iceberg, yeah. Let's get a little road train going here. Get six trucks moving at once. That thing's probably going to outpace me now because it's so damn powerful. So it might actually just push me along. Who knows? Yeah, it's pushing the other fucking truck right into the trailer. I just got a feeling this isn't going to work out the way I think it's going to. Can't see anything with all this smoke. It's got fucking dual stacks and it is smoking. This thing is an absolute monster, my god. I want to take this thing around Tamir. I want to start a new game playthrough and just use this. Rolling coal! Yeah, the double stacks definitely make it a fucking fog to get through. Jesus. It's all good. It's pulling 5 trucks, no problem. 2 on each trailer, and then pulling the Lime's L400 at the same time. Granted, now we're going downhill, so it's got gravity on its side. Oh no! Got a little sketchy there. Yeah, cut the corner too tight with the one behind me. Even in the mud, when I put it in high gear, it's lifting those front tires off the ground. It's just too much weight on those tires. It really is. I mean, what can I expect? If I had balanced the weight maybe a little bit better, if I put the Yar 87 on the back of the trailer and put the Scout 800 on the front, it might have been a little different. So I put all that weight right on the front, but oh well. It's whatever. What the fuck? Why is the winch not working? Alright, I'm just gonna come back and get these. I'm gonna drop off this trailer and then come back and get those. I don't know why it's not connecting. That's kind of weird. And I'm just gonna do the quick unload on this. So if you guys have a loaded truck and don't care about getting your money back on the trailers, if you're trying to just move some trucks to a location and then just want to unload extra quick and not have to worry about it, you can just show up on the spot. Oh, I rolled the fucking bear. Oh well. That's how you quick unload. You roll the trailer. That was my trick I was going to show you, right? That's exactly what I was going to show you. But no, I was going to delete the trailer. Fuck! That's always the way it goes in SnowRunner, though. You make it 99% back to your where you want to be, and then you roll. I highly doubt this thing's going to be able to do it, but I'm going to try. Yeah, that was never going to happen, but it was worth a shot. Now, a vehicle that will be able to do it will probably be the 400L. if I get that up here, or the L400. I keep calling it the 400L. But either way, you know what I'm talking about. The one I have completely sunk over here. That's how you get around it. You just stop being a dummy and get rid of the trailer since you're already where you want to be anyway. Now the Tega tires on the hybrid Explorer here, the R87, they do not have the maxed out grip and overpowered grip and everything. It does have the option for stuff like that, but it's the YAR tire, or the Con 39 tires. But I'm just personally a fan of the Tega tires on this thing. It just looks so cool. Yeah, the hybrid electric just makes it so much faster and has so much torque. I mean, just take a YAR 87 and actually drive around and go fast is just so fun. I love this thing. This thing is so overpowered, it's hilarious. But it got the bear back on its wheels. Like, that's just fucking insane. I just want to leave it balanced. Yeah, like that. Alright, let's get some fucking chaos going over here. Got all these scouts out here to the sand dunes just so I can raise some hell for shits and giggles. I'm gonna smoke some more weed and just have some fun. How's that sound? Hope everyone is enjoying their Saturday. If anyone's stopped by to hang out and watch my stream, hope you're doing well. Feel free to drop a like and subscribe if you have not done so already. What to do first? What to do first? Let's get one of these out here. The Invalid Redneck CT300 pickup. Awesome 4-door square body. Based on a Chevy pickup. Such a great little scout. Not nearly as quote-unquote OP as the Lime's L400 that I was driving around, but also a really, really awesome scout. I was actually really, really happy when I saw that I could activate this with the 400L. This is not necessarily as overpowered of a scout, but it is a slightly overpowered scout in terms of its traction and power output, but is much more in tune with a true SnowRunner experience compared to the 400L. Like, that 400L is just absolutely absurd. Like, that is as far out on the overpowered spectrum as you can get, where this CT300 is a much more, you know, realistic type experience in a way. It's not super overpowered by any means. Can make it right up here in high gear, no problem at all. Right up the big old hill climb, roll in. This four-wheel steer International Scout electric hybrid is so silly. Like, these hybrids are so fast. Like, they have just so much torque, but the suspension is a little bit rigid on it. But it's just so much fun. And again, the only thing you really have to put up with is the weird hum of the engine, where it doesn't give you a traditional engine noise, being an electric hybrid. But the driving experience with it is awesome. Like, it has so much torque, and instant reaction from the throttle, instant throttle action, that it is just a really fun vehicle to drive. That's why I love all the GGMS, the hybrid electric packs. Like, they just are fun vehicles. Should be able to do the steeper hill climb over here with no problem at all. Goes right up it in automatic. 6 gear, shifted into 6th gear. Shifted up into 7th gear. So silly. But the repair and refuel station right at the top here is a great touch. But you can see the hybrid electric pack. A great touch with this pack is the fact that all the headlights on all the hybrid vehicles are in blue, instead of the traditional color. I love that. We do need a trophy truck. There should be some sort of crazy trophy truck that has really awesome suspension travel and really fast and jumps really well. That'd be a lot of fun. Ghetto Pirate, I agree. But yeah, the Scout 800 hybrid I was just driving does have the overpowered tires with extra grip, but this hybrid hybrid YAR 87 that I'm driving right now does not have overpowered grip on these tires. They are just the regular Tega tire grip, so it does get a little bit lacking with what it can do in that aspect. Just simply not having the grip to put down the traction it's trying to put out, but it's still a very fun little Scout. I mean, you can see the lack of grip right here. In automatic, it's just spinning its tires and went back into first. Put the low gear with diff lock on, and even in low-high, it's spinning its tires. But that's just the engine having too much power and too much torque, and the tires not having any grip whatsoever. But the YAR 87 was always one of my favorite Scouts from the base game. I absolutely love this. And there aren't too many tweak mods out there for it. You got the Scout Max Pack and really this. As far as mods for the YAR 87 on console. Yeah, the off-road gearbox on this just gives it no top speed. I should have put the highway gearbox in it so it could have got a little more air over these sand dunes, but oh well. But if you haven't picked up on it, I'm just going to drive all these Scouts that I brought out here up onto the top of the hill climb and then send all of them off the hill climb one after another to see which one goes furthest. Why? Because marijuana told me I wanted to do so. I have the all-terrain tires on here, and you can see these are already handling a lot different than the other tires. I had the mud tires on the other one, and this is actually not even making it up here. Why are you struggling, CT? Wow. That's interesting. I don't know if it's the added weight also of the repair points and stuff on the bed. But yeah, those tires did not have the grip to get up there. The one thing I'd like to see out of this FD-69 is a highway transmission in this, just to make it a little faster. I mean, that'd be pretty fun, but it's completely not necessary. I absolutely love this Scout as is, but if we had a highway gearbox in it just to make it a little quicker, that'd be interesting. But that being said, it is a pure crawler, so there's no reason that this should have a highway gearbox in it. But it would be fun. Wow. Apparently I should have left it in 4th gear. I lost all my momentum there. Holy shit. Man, I thought this was going to climb up here no problem. And I really did. I had the momentum, and I thought dropping it down into first was going to let me get the grip and continue past, but I really did it at the worst possible moment. Oh yeah, this one I didn't put the autonomous winch on, so I can't even save it if I wanted to. Crap! Haha! Shit. Oops. That's why I brought a shitload of scouts out here to the sand dunes, because if you roll over, you don't have any winch points to save yourself. Alright, well, I failed getting up the first hill, or the harder hill climb, but shouldn't have any issue getting up this one. Went right up into automatic, no issues. Got the IHC Lodestar 1700. It's a great little scout to be able to activate. Again, to the conversation, if you heard me earlier talking about how many mods you can have activated at the same time. The JBE Lodestar 1700 is amazing, but it does use a little bit of RAM. And this IHC Lodestar is very, very, very low on the RAM usage. So you can pair it with almost anything. And allows you to have a nice mod version of the Scout 1700, which is honestly one of the best, hands down, Scouts in the base game. And having this little mod version of it is a very welcome addition. And then, again, it doesn't use almost any RAM whatsoever, so you can pair it with almost any other mod that you have activated. Now this time I do have the lifted suspension on this L400, so I'm hoping when I do the roll-in with this, it's not going to bottom out and then dig into the ground like it's doing right now. Come on. Just drop that butt. You want to drop the butt. Drop the butt into the ground. Yeah, because the flexible long suspensions, you can see the divots in the ground right there. When you do the neutral roll-in on this hill climb with the soft suspension on this, it just gets to that point and then digs into the ground because the suspension is too soft, and then it won't do the launch off the jump. But this stiffer towing suspension should be able to make it do that jump with no issue. Shifting up into 6th gear while going up. So overpowered. Yeah, what to take first? Got 6 scouts out here, gonna do the neutral drop into the sand dune launch. Just line them up right over the edge of the hill crest and then put it in neutral and let gravity do the work. Let's see, I mean, part of the challenge is keeping it right on line to make it over the hill, over the jump and not crash falling down, but I usually try and get right down to this second tiny little tiny little pine tree and then just put it in neutral. And then you just try and keep it in line and send it as far as you can. Oh, like I said, part of the challenge is not crashing when you fucking go down. Damn it. The stiff suspension on this thing makes it so hard to control. It just bounces around everywhere. Like, it would be nice if the electric hybrid made like a actual soft crawler suspension so it didn't bounce around so much, because even just driving up this, it's so bouncy. Alright, let's try take 2. There we go. Alright. Not too bad for the first try. Or should I say the second try, because I definitely fucked up that first try. Let's get the other electric hybrid out there. Electric hybrid YAR 87, the Hybrid Explorer, as it's titled by the mod creator. Now let's see how far this one goes. It's a heavier vehicle, so it should go further. Oh. Yeah, outdid it by a little bit. A little further. I don't know why, it's like the little kid in me, a stupid stoner in me, but I can do this crap all day. Do the CT-300. Neutral, and then let gravity do the work. Shit. You could see the weight of it, and it like dug in right as it was doing the crest of the jump. Took away some of the momentum and speed there. Alright, see what the Lodestar, the IHC Lodestar can do. Oh, it got bounced right at when it was riding into it. All right around the same spot. Can't remember what vehicle I was using the other day, but I was making it almost all the way over the other I made it over the other hill crest behind me over there. Can't remember what vehicle I was using. I think it was the Toyota. The Lexington. I was using the Lexington, I think, and I was making it smooth over everything. Alright, let's see how far the FD-69 crawler goes. Throw it neutral and let gravity do the work. Oh shit, the suspension bottomed out. Oh god, what a disappointment. At least I landed on my wheels though. Damn it. Man, all of these are lackluster, because I know I can go further. I've done it with another vehicle. If any of them should do it, it's this one. I think the stiffer suspension should allow it to not bottom out. I'm hoping. Because I know I can get further. No, about the same. Ah, shit. I know I can't remember what vehicle I used, but I made it like all the way over here before, like in the air. And I've made it over this crest like right into about right here. This was the furthest I've ever made it. So all those ones were a little bit lackluster. Hey there, Jan. Thanks for joining back in, man. Yeah, I'm just zoned out, just driving around in the sand dune now. I drove all the scouts up to the top of the hill climb and did the neutral drop into the hill climb, or into the sand dune. And so that's what all these scouts flipped over right here are. I drove all of them off the top of the hill climb into the sand dune and did the big jump off the end. And now I'm just taking the L400 around and just seeing how much air I can get without rolling it. But the mod creator seemed to have made it so it rolls back onto its wheels fairly easy, so I keep rolling it, but then it just naturally goes back onto all fours. I mean, not always, but more often than not. Like, he made it ridiculously stable. And it has so many damage points where I'm just thrashing this thing around and it's taking almost no damage. Yeah, like, what are the, how much repair and, like, suspension and engine points does it have? Oh, it's got 64,000. 64,000 suspension, gearbox, and engine points. So you'll basically never blow out the suspension, so you can just drive this thing around and actually do huge jumps and have little to no consequence. See what I mean? It just, like, if you have the right angle, it just flips itself back over. It's so silly, but it's so much fun. Like, it's overpowered in every, like, this is what everyone can point to now to being, like, the most overpowered scout that's out there, by far. By far. But in the most fun way. Like, there's nothing wrong with it being overpowered, it just is what it is. It's all about having fun. But I can just sit here and just do this stupid shit all day. Because this game being such a slow trudge, like, we're so used to just slowly going through deep mud all the time. So if you're able to actually, like, drive around fast and have fun and do jumps and stuff, like, that's a welcome change in pace. It just goes up this hill climb, shifting up into 6th gear and automatic at full speed. Hey there, Wolfman John. How you doing? Yeah, too bad Fords aren't like this in real life. You ain't kidding, man. Let's see how it does on the neutral drop into the hill climb jump. I already launched a bunch of them off here. Didn't get too far. Ah, see, it still bottoms out. That's where everything's making it on this game session. I have been able to make it further, but not on that one. Yeah, this thing is just fucking so overpowered. It's got a really long winch, so I was actually able to grab something that time. Got the Azov bear over here just hanging out, being a monster. 4 slots, you can do a full service bed and a full fuel tank on it. It isn't still an articulating front, so it is a little bit hard to steer, but it is a fun, massive vehicle. You can put a 4-slot bed on it and still pull a trailer. It probably has one of the best jumping suspensions as far as having a soft landing, you know, for the most part, than any other vehicle I've ever driven in this game. I really want to take this on like Lime's Mud Park and stuff and take it around there. Because I mean, considering it is Lime's L400, it's probably a lot of fun around those maps. I mean, what other vehicle can you act like? Granted, digging in like that, you know, sure, but in realistic terms for this game, what other vehicle can you take around jumping and just at high speed like this with really relatively no repercussions? What was that? Oh man, I hope you guys saw that. That was. I'm just literally driving around at this point, keeping the throttle just buried, just to see what this thing can do, and that was fucking unreal. I drifted underneath the bear, went up over it, and then did a wheelie like 180. That was insane. Oh man, that was so silly. Holy shit. I wonder if the bear can do the hill climb. I bet it's too big. I bet it's too heavy. Let's see if this thing can do the fucking hill climb. Why not? I virtually guarantee that it's way too heavy to do it, but we'll see. It was just so big. If this can do the hill climb, I'm gonna be thoroughly impressed. But I'm almost virtually like convinced that it is not gonna be able to do this. But we'll see. I think it's gonna be too heavy, but I'm gonna try anyway. Oh, come on, you big old Azov bear. Can it do it? I think it can. The fact that this thing is 4 slots, you can do the service parts and the fuel and still carry a trailer, like, has to be one of the most overpowered vehicles ever put into the game. And it's able to do this hill climb on top of it, just reaffirms that. Now, I'm gonna try and roll it in off the jump, but I don't know how that's gonna work out with the articulating front end. But we'll see. It's gonna be worth a shot. But now that I know this thing can do this hill climb, I'm pretty excited. That's crazy. Now it's just how am I going to be able to turn this thing around? It's going to be some crazy 7-point turn. Or, no, it'll be easier than I expected, but... Who thinks it's actually going to be able to make it off the hill climb, though? Or off the jump? Without rolling? Is this even going to be able to make it down without messing up? Like, the articulating front end is what's going to probably cause an issue. It'll probably turn and catch once it starts to make it into the bottom of the jump and then mess it up, but we'll see. I hope it makes it. I really do. I just want to see this thing go flying through the air. I'm going to give it the same treatment as every other vehicle I've taken off this. Just put it in neutral right by this tree and just let gravity do the work. Come on, bear. Oh shit. Oh shit. Yes! Oh, yeah. and it lands on all fours, or all eights. I drive it out, and I made the jump. Like, that is just best case scenario right there. Oh, it was so worth it. Oh, that was so worth it. And I can just repair myself and refuel myself. It's like nothing ever happened. That was hilarious. I can't believe that thing actually made it up the jump, or made it off the jump, and then let alone land on all its wheels and drive out of it. Like, that was best case scenario right there. Holy cow. Can't believe that actually worked. This thing just absolutely kills these hill climbs. Like, this Scout is so overpowered, it is insane. Like, it'll just go up the steeper hill climb over here in automatic and even shift up on its way. Like it's nothing. Yeah, that'd be awesome, Jan. Do some multiplayer with that. I did that the other night. I had 3 or 4 of my buddies here, and we all did the neutral drop in at the same time. It was a lot of fun. Alright, folks. Well, I think that's where I'm going to call it. It's been a fun one. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I'll be doing some more streams here in the near future. But I got no set schedule or anything. But feel free to drop a like and subscribe. Hit that bell icon to get notifications when I do go live. Because I do kind of do it sporadically. So if you want to hang out and just, you know, enjoy some SnowRunner action, feel free to follow me, like and subscribe. Check out my Facebook page, Maine MudRunner. Yeah, hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll catch you around. Have a great day. Definitely check out these mods: Azov Bear, the Limes L400, all the mods from Invalid Redneck, the CT300, the FD-69 TTC. Get the GGMS hybrid electric pack mods. Those are definitely awesome, and definitely always have TnB Trails mod map on your list of mods that you have downloaded, because it really is the best mod out there, mod map. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy your weekend. Thank you for hanging out, Ghetto Pirate. Thank you for hanging out, Jan. I'll catch you guys later. Have a good weekend.